Hi and welcome to Time with Natalie, the show that helps you to maximise your time and balance your life. Have you ever wanted to work in the fashion industry, or have you ever dreamed of becoming a fashion designer or stylist? My guest today started as a Birmingham College student and is now one of the rising stars in the fashion industry. Take a look at Stephen Arthur. Stephen Arthur came from a small town in Birmingham. His desire for fashion bloomed when he won Best Dress on ITV's This Morning's fashion competition in 2012. And after his winning success, he moved on to design new collections for retailers and celebrities. And he's here with me now. Hi, Stephen.
Hi, Natalie.
How are you?
I'm fine, I'm great.
Good,
Lovely
good.
to be here.
Oh, thanks for joining me today. Now, how did your passion for fashion get started? Where did it all start from?
Shockingly enough, Natalie, it actually started at my grandparents' pub. It was on gambling paper, where I'd be doing doodles and sketches of women, and that's how it really started. I'd be like taking my grandparents used to like get bookie paper for the dominoes, and when I was behind the bar and there was nobody to serve, I used to doodle them and then throw them in the bin. And then my mum said that these are really good designs, and she'd put them up on the pub board, and then people would come and say, oh, I'd wear that and I'd wear that. And it wasn't really fashion then, it was just me having a love for art, and that's what fashion kind of is. It is art. So, and that's where it sprouted and it grew even more. And a fashion designer came in and she said, whoever does these designs, can I speak with him? That's where it actually started.
Wow,
so,
that's amazing, that's amazing.
Shockingly.
And you won a competition not too long ago on This Morning
Yes.
programme. Could you tell us a little bit about that?
That was, I think that was fate. We saw the competition on the TV, and I didn't really pay much attention to it. And my mum told me, Stephen, you should go and do this. You can definitely do this competition. And I kind of said, you know what, forget it. I kind of fobbed her off and said, I'm not going to bother doing it. And then my grandma said it, and my grandma didn't make any contact with my mum, and she said that you should really do this competition, and I still didn't pay no attention. And I was at school, and I was doing my work at school, and one of the teachers told me, Stephen, there's a competition that I saw on TV. You should actually go and try it out. And then I was like, okay, then 3 people have told me, you know, I should do this competition, why not? So I did the sketch, I had like an idea in my head already. I sent it off, and a few weeks later I got a phone call, and I thought it was a practical joke. When they said, oh, this is a producer from ITV. Is it possible that you could come in and do an interview with us? And that's where it started. I was actually kind of shocked.
Wow.
So, and then it just...
And then you went on to win,
Yeah.
you know, which is just amazing. I remember actually seeing it, and when I saw your dress, I did think that that was the winner. I thought it was fantastic. And it was sold in John Lewis as well, which that must have felt amazing. What was that like? It
was surreal. It was definitely, I was thinking to myself, this couldn't be happening. I think I was more shocked to know that my clothes were in between Ralph Lauren and, you know, and another designer. It's like, it was really shocking, like, oh my gosh, my designs are there and people are looking at them and wanting to buy them. It was, I think, there was nothing more fulfilling when a woman went straight there and bought the dress before it even was on the rack. That was the shocking part. To see somebody buy your own garment that you don't even know, that was a real, like, eye-opener, like, wow.
Wow, wow, I just think that that's brilliant. And what advice could you give, because obviously that not everybody can get into the industry in that way, but for those that are trying to break into the fashion industry, is there any advice that you can give to people to help them, any tips or techniques?
Definitely, practice your graft, keep your creativity, but also have a business mind behind it, because like a lot of us, we are very creative people, like in regards of fashion and art, but we never do the business side of it. So it's always best to do some form of a course or get some form of an accreditation, well, what's that word?
Accreditation.
Try and get accredited in some form of a business course. So I think definitely get that business acumen backed.
And you're actually helping young people in the area to get into the industry with the Stephen Arthur project.
Yeah.
Can you just share a little bit about that?
The project is actually at we're still at very early stages of it. And basically the project is for young fashion creatives that possibly didn't get the same break as me or didn't get the same break as other fashion designers that want to pursue a career in fashion. We go on a 6-month intern and it enables them to learn the ins and outs of the whole fashion process. And it's an emulated work environment where fashion creatives can collaborate and work together, and then we create a collection and then we put it forth to Fashion Week, London and Sweden.
Wow. I am so impressed with that, and personally I am so much as well, because my own daughter has applied for the project. So you know, you're having an impact on my own personal life as well, and I think it's brilliant. I really commend you, because from going from being a fashion designer into that entrepreneurial space as well, definitely. I think you're right. I think it's so important, and I'm even more excited at what is behind me as well. This looks fantastic. So, you know, let's take a look at what's here and give our viewers a sneak peek of what's to come in the Stephen Arthur range. So this is part of your Autumn Winter 15 collection, is that right?
Yes, it is.
This is gorgeous.
Thank you very much. This. Yeah, it was Venetian inspired. So basically I was just taking like different ideas from the Venetian culture to reflect it on the garment. So in regards of ostrich feathers and the whole lace effect, and I really wanted it to be a very like a show-stopping design. So we embellished sequins on the lace as well. So yeah, that's it. Also, a part of it, we've done the skirt as well. So we tried to add like different like fabrics in regards of silks and satin to really like create the garments in a more, you know, more sexy effect. So yeah, that's it.
Fantastic. So and is that the Autumn Winter 14 range there?
Yeah, that's the Autumn Winter 14. You actually went to the fashion show when I was doing this one.
I did. It was amazing.
Yeah, and yeah, this is a part of it. This was Autumn Winter 14, so it was like more dark reflective. Like I wanted to use more leather, fur, very strong materials for this one. And chiffon at the bottom. This is the armour dress, the leather armour dress, peplum. And yeah, it's actually like one of the best sellers. Oh, so,
I can see why. It's beautiful, absolutely beautiful.
Very understated statement designs for this one. So yeah.
And you're also opening a Stephen Arthur studio as well, aren't you?
Yes, I am.
You're very busy.
Yeah. Well, at the end of this year, I'll be opening up a studio. At the moment it's in shell form, so we're still trying to get electric in it. So it's going to be a collaborative work environment where the interns can work as well. So this studio, it's going to be really big. So I'm expecting you to be there at the launch.
I will for sure,
Definitely.
I am so excited about everything that you're doing, and I think, you know, such an inspiration to all fashion designers out there, that, as you said earlier, about having the entrepreneurial business mind as well as the fashion skills, I think is fantastic. So thank you so much for coming in today and bringing your beautiful clothes.
Thank you.
They are fantastic, and thank you for sharing your story as well. I really appreciate it.
Yeah, always a joy to be.
Thank you so much. Now it's over to Titi.
If you are interested in working in the fashion industry, then as Stephen said, hone your craft. Work hard at what it is you want to do, whether it is to become a fashion designer, a stylist, a blogger, or a merchandiser. Use your gift and be the best that you can be. Don't just think one way. Think like an entrepreneur by expanding your mind, and be creative with your plans. Think of all the ways you can use your skills, whether it is to set up your own company, supporting your community, or partnering with the people that you meet.
I hope you enjoyed this week's show, and don't forget to follow the conversation on my Facebook and Twitter pages. See you next week.